the beginning, you try to research innovative concepts that are maybe in use in other fields of engineering, maybe have been used before by F1 teams or F1 in schools teams that you want to improve upon.
You need to learn more about aerodynamics, more about team building, how the competition runs. All of this research will help you perform better in the competition, help your car perform better, help the team work better together, and it all helps at the end.
It's critical to know the rules and regulations from the outset, because before you start designing your car, you need to know that it's feasible within the rules of F1 in schools.
Even the stupid little things you wouldn't expect can knock off massive points.
That can make or break your whole competition at the end of the day.
Creating an identity for your team is very important because it's something that the judges and the public will remember you by. All companies do it, and it's really important that just because you're an F1 in schools team, that does not make you any different.
It's really good to have a time plan, but you've got to make sure it's flexible because things don't always work out the way you want them to.
There's basically 3 core parts of the time management, and that is your scope, time and resources, right? And they're all interdependent. So for example, if you've a limited amount of time, it's going to cost you more resources in terms of paying for expedited shipping. But if you don't have the resource to do that, then your scope is going to have to be reduced. So it's trying to find the balance.
So you have your rough estimates, and then as you go along can sort of see how well you're doing compared to how well you think you should be doing.
So we created a business plan which also incorporated time. We did it in the form of a tube map. People could follow their roles with the different colours and the different lines, and as well it was very iconic.
You can continue designing, coming up with new concepts, but you can't because you have a world finals to go to.
You can't do much for free.
So every penny has to count at the end of the day. So setting out a budget always helps, and sticking to it the best you can.
I mean, we had to spend money on our pit display, we had to spend money on our clothing, we had to spend money on the finishing for our car.
You can have all of the engineering talent in the world, but you might not be able to actually manufacture your car because you might not have access to the equipment you need.
You've effectively got to find a way of getting money in.
Sponsorship's a key thing. You've got to have a plan in place to encourage companies and corporations to finance you and help you on your way.
But at the end of the day, you just got to knock on the doors and you got to talk to the right person.
They may not give you cash, they may not give you money, they may give you inclined sponsorship, so they might agree to do some printing for you or some embroidery for your clothes, and that all adds up. And just say, hi, we're from Formula 1 in schools, this is what we're doing, this is our car design, we're only 14, 15, 16 years old. That usually impresses people as your age and the kind of level of engineering that F1 in schools is all about.
When it comes to logos on the car, it depends on the sponsorship package, because that's what we aim for. So if you're a gold sponsor for say, you get a prime spot on the car. Platinum, you're the biggest sponsor basically, so you go on the biggest slot.
The branding of the car is really important. The sponsors are giving us a lot of money, they're going to want something back. So we make the logos of our sponsors bigger or smaller depending on how much they gave us.
When they see how they can encourage more people into their line of industry, that's what really kind of sparks their interest.
You learn a lot from what works and what doesn't, and throughout the competition you can develop it. Where you start at the beginning isn't where you end.